analysis.
Analysis? That's great!
It doesn't bode well.
It's important to have a yearly analysis of all of your business owners so that you don't accidentally interview the same kind of business owner week to week to week. Analysis!
Nice! That's well done, yo! This is Small Business Celebration, where we introduce you to successful small business owners at their place of business so that you can learn something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business and get your next big breakthrough. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Small Business Celebration. It's our season finale here on season 7. And this particular episode, you're in for a real treat. You're getting a perspective of business owners you're probably not used to. For this guest this week, well, we're going to be talking about being more than just a cheerleader. How do you become a business's secret weapon for growth? We're also going to be talking about, okay, your business friends are your friends, but what about your spouse's friends on the outside? Does this create some inner turmoil and conflict? Well, who better to answer these questions than my lovely bride, Tamala-Rae Davison-Roberts. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thank you.
And for Visioneers who don't know who are you and what is it that you do?
Well, as Michael said, my name is Tamala, and I have had the honor and privilege of being his wife for 9 years. My day job is I make dentures. I'm a lab technician in a dental office. I also dabble in little party arranging, and I get to be his co-host on Meat and Potatoes.
And this is a wonderful conversation that we get to have because there's a lot of business owners who have a spouse, a significant other, who is not in their business. And there's a lot of questions that we've been getting from Visioneer Nation, and this is the perfect opportunity to go straight to the source. Somebody who is not the business owner, but has to deal with the business every single day.
Literally every day.
And for Visioneers who don't know, Small Business Celebration started out as an advanced level Toastmasters project. I needed to create the ability to be able to speak better in public. And one of the advanced level projects was to do a podcast. And I got suckered in by Louis Varga, the vice president of Colombo Construction. He said, Michael, why don't you interview some business owners? And I was like, I don't know any business owners. And he said, oh, you'll be fine. Well, little did I know it would turn into this. And now we've got the main show, and now we have a second show, Meat and Potatoes, which you have graciously come on. And by the way, she is the secret sauce. She's the secret sauce.
We have fun there.
She asks questions that most business owners never get asked.
Yeah, because you dive into the business and I dive into them, their personality and who they are outside of the business.
And that's the key right there, is because you don't have a background in business.
I don't.
For Visioneers who don't know, how did you get into being a lab technician in a dental office?
Just by chance. I had a friend who knew I was a creative sort, knew I needed a job, said, hey, come try this out. I was happy to do it. I excelled at it. I was really good. They saw I had potential, and they started taking me to different dental conventions all over California, really, all over the state. And out of the state, actually. We went to Nevada a couple times. But yeah, I just did really well, and I'm really good with my hands, and I think...
She makes teeth that look real.
With the help of my doctor, my boss, who is Dr. Dana Yeoman. She is, I'm so privileged to have her as my boss, but also as my friend. We've worked together for 16 years. December 9th was my 16th year anniversary.
Now, around season 2, season 3, something changed in Small Business Celebration.
What?
I started having the Small Business Celebration family reunion. And do you remember why I started doing that particular event every year?
Yeah, I believe it was because you had met all these wonderful business owners, but they didn't know each other.
Right.
And so you wanted to create a place for them all to come together, to network, to meet each other, and to have a good time.
And who better to get an event coordinator to do and put together the party?
Yeah, so he asked me to do it, and I said, of course I'm going to do it.
It's the first family reunion. And now you're in this room full of people who think different, who act different, who talk different, they dress different, they have a lot more money, they go on vacations that you would have wished that you could have gone, and they have a totally different lifestyle. And now you're immersed in this group of people. How'd that make you feel?
Honestly, in the beginning, it made me feel less than.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, here I am, just my modest little house, in an old car that I adore that leaks oil, and I just love it. It doesn't compare to these beautiful Lexuses and brand new vehicles that are lining up at the event center.
And then they turn around and they talk about their chateau in France that they're remodeling.
Yeah.
Or they're going to visit in Mount Fuji and all the things.
Yeah, and I have nothing to compare that to, really.
Right.
So yeah, I felt small. But at the same time, honestly, a little glass of wine and just being myself. And I found that, you know what, they didn't care that I had a modest little house and that I drove an old car. They were interested in me because I was different from them.
Right.
And then I felt comfortable. And
how did this change? How did this growth change into where you're at now as co-host on our second show of Meat and Potatoes? Because now you're grilling them questions, and yes, it's through games and whatnot, but now you're pulling back the cover,
right,
the curtain, as it were, with these business owners. How do you feel about them now?
I find them fascinating. You all are fascinating. I'm intrigued. I can't believe how sucked in I get to your stories the questions you ask and the stories they tell, and I'm just behind the production, just wow, so enthralled. And I learned from producer Emily, she asked some really hard questions, and my brain doesn't work that way. So I just had to put that little twist and then do my own, still asking about their business, but in a more creative, deeper way, like a more personal, deeper way. Right?
Right.
So it's way more comfortable. It's so enjoyable, and I've really loved everyone that I've met. They're so warm and gracious.
Do you still feel small around them?
I don't.
And if you're finding that you're getting around a lot of great business owners and your business is growing like gangbusters, maybe it's time for you to buy a new house. And to do that, I suggest you reach out to Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier Agent with Watson Realty, born and raised and never left Bakersfield. Call Mike Saba at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. And if you've got a question, you've got a thought, something you'd like to learn about here on Small Business Celebration, reach out to us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and your question could appear just like Kira, who asks, my partner is running a small business and I'm wondering how can I do more than just cheer him on? Sometimes I feel helpless in this area, but what have you done to become the secret weapon for growth?
Patience.
Sure.
Not being selfish.
Okay.
Because, I wanted you for myself, but I gave you your time and your space, and I supported you silently. When you came to me and said, hey, listen to this, I gave you my honest opinion. If the music in the background was too loud, I was very honest about it. If the dinging and bells and things were too obnoxious, I was honest about it.
Right.
I tried to be critical in a polite, positive way, with also giving you a different way you could do it, perhaps. It
wasn't just saying that, you've got a problem, now fix it. It was, here's the problem. Have you thought about fixing it this way?
Right. And if he chose to do that, great. And if he didn't, that was up to him. This is your business, right? So I didn't take anything personal, especially the hours and hours and hours he spent editing and not spending with me, but that's okay. And then, you just get into a groove where you step into it a little bit more and a little bit more, helping hire, not that I helped hire, but I helped approve, producer Emily, for example. She was fantastic. She is fantastic.
Too bad she had to move with her family to Tennessee.
Yeah, we miss her terribly. But if she hadn't have moved, I wouldn't have been able to put myself into your show.
Right.
Because
Well,
I
kind of
said,
did.
hey,
What about me?
what about me?
Right.
Because by then I got invested in the show. So get invested. Get invested with your partner's business.
You brought up something very important here because you mentioned that we knew that producer Emily was leaving due to family.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you put up your hand and said, why not me? That's a big leap from when you first started this with me having to cajole you to be the event planner for the first family reunion, and you're very uncomfortable around these people. What changed?
My mindset, my maturity, I think, my openness, my willingness to get out there and, well, I'm a people person,
Right?
but I surround myself with not business type people.
Right.
And so it was eye-opening to be able to meet business type people and know that I could have something in common with them and have conversation and get to know them on a personal level.
Before we turned on the cameras, you had mentioned something else. And this is something that I think a lot of spouses from business owners can relate to. This meant you got to spend more time with me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Why was this so important to you?
Because you do spend so much time editing, a lot of time. And usually you're in your office, but recently you've been coming in here and sitting on the couch and editing. And then I can hop on my couch, and it used to be that I might turn on the TV because you have your earbuds in, and I just let you do your thing. We're in the same room. But now I don't feel the need to turn on the TV. We have this new thing in common that we can engage about, we can talk about, we can share all the things.
Right.
And the TV doesn't come on as often. And it really, I feel like we were already close. It's brought us so much closer.
And that brings us to the Visioneer Game. The Visioneer Game is brought to you by Minimum Press of Bakersfield. Now, Visioneers, it's January 2026. It's presentation folder season. Do you want those boring manila folders to give out and hand out? I don't think so. First impressions happen fast. When your proposal hits the table, does it look like a winner? Upgrade your presentation with custom presentation folders from Minimum Press of Bakersfield. Right now, in the month of January 2026, get 250 custom folders and save over $200. Clean, professional, branded. The kind of detail that makes clients say, yes, these people are the real deal. Don't show up with loose papers, show up with confidence. Go Minimum Press of Bakersfield at 661-323-7757 or visit them at mmpbakersfield.com. That's Minimum Press of Bakersfield, 661-323-7757 or visit them at mmpbakersfield.com today. And Visioneers, if you're not familiar with the way the Visioneer game works, I have a random word generator here on my phone. I have no idea what the random word that the generator is going to create, but more importantly, neither does my wife. And she has to take each of 3 words that I give her and somehow associate each word with our business. Now, Tamala, you do realize that if you get any of these 3 words wrong, it's going to be utter devastation for the entire internet YouTube world, which means that all the YouTubers and small business owners worldwide are going to go and disappear into oblivion, all simply because you got one of these 3 words wrong.
I better not get them wrong.
All right, then. We shall see. Okay, your first word is analysis.
Analysis. That's great.
It doesn't bode well.
It's important to have a yearly analysis of all of your business owners so that you don't accidentally interview the same kind of business owner week to week to week. Analysis.
Nice. That's well done. That's 1 for 1. All right, very good. See, you got this.
Okay.
All right. You see, business owners, when you come on to our show, they make it look so easy. Now you see it.
It's not, I almost said it's not hard. It is hard.
Okay, well, try on this one for size.
Okay.
Tasty.
Tasty. I love it when we get to interview restaurateurs, restaurant owners,
like locale?
Farm locale, yeah, because it's so tasty.
Nice. That's 2 for 2. Okay, you do realize it all comes down to this. You've done 2 great words, but if you get this 3rd one wrong, it's all for naught.
Dun dun dun.
You ready?
I am.
Your third word is pioneer.
Pioneer? You, sir, are a pioneer in small business interviewing. You've done an amazing job, and you're the first and the best. You were the pioneer.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And now my hat no longer fits my head. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you. Nice. 3 for 3. Well, now you have saved the world. Congratulations.
I feel so important.
And now that you've had this life-changing moment here on Small Business Celebration on the main show, who would you like to thank?
I would thank you for letting me be your co-host for
thank
Meat and Potatoes, because I'm having a really good time.
Good.
Secondly, I would thank Scott Pipkin, who is one of my best friends, for providing a lot of the props that I use for the What Is It Under the Cloche game.
He's giving you some great stuff.
Great stuff, and there's more to come.
Nice.
Yes.
How did you and Scott meet?
My best friend, Casey, was dating him, and we've been friends ever since.
And how do you get his stuff?
Hey, Scott, I need some stuff for my show. Okay, Chicky, I got you. Come on over. And then we just go putter around in his giant warehouse garage type area. We lift tarps, we look in drawers. It's fun. It's really an I Spy or a scavenger hunt. It's really fun, and sometimes he doesn't even know what the items are, which makes it even more fun.
And this brings us to our second Visioneer question, which is also brought to you by Mike Saba. Born and raised and never left Bakersfield, give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at MikeSaba1 at iCloud.com today. And this question comes from Lauren, who asks, as a spouse of a small business owner, why do my friendships with my friends feel so different from the friendships my spouse has with other business owners? And how do we navigate that without creating distance at home?
It's okay to have different friends. It's okay to have different interests, really. And that's really all that is business owners are a different interest than maybe, say, my creative friends.
Sure.
Who like to play games and eat food, and maybe the business people, they like to go have drinks and talk about their successes and their downfalls and what they could do better. It's not wrong. The important part is to include yourself in both parties, right? You may not have anything in common with the business people, but you can still make the effort to go and listen and be a support. The same way my husband comes to my events, plays my silly games, eats all my silly food, and then every once in a while we get to bring them all together. If we have a big event, family reunion, for example.
Halloween,
he'll invite some of his business people. I, of course, invite my friends. And then who would have thunk it? A lot of them know each other.
Have you had the experience so far where some of the people that you've met because of Small Business Celebration, they're now your friends?
Absolutely. Yes.
How so?
Yes. When I do my part on Meat and Potatoes, I do a deep dive into who they are, and I get to really know the warmth and caring of them as a person, and that is really important to me. I've exchanged phone numbers with some of them and have become good friends and plan things with all of us.
Right.
To, dinners and outings, and I'm very fortunate.
And I will tell you, Johnny Ramos, proprietor of Modern Gigi, where we do Meat and Potatoes, he likes her.
It's only because I leave him treats. Hey, I have one for you.
Okay.
After 7 long years.
7 long years.
How have you changed?
I have learned that it's okay to have controlled vulnerability. So often as business owners, we think we have to be strong. We have to be Superman. We have to be the knight in shining armor. And I've noticed that truly successful business owners have a certain vulnerability about them because it makes them human.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to do business with Superman. They want to do business with Clark Kent.
Right.
It's being able to run that fine line of saying, this is who I am. And yet, being able to put yourself in a position where you're willing to defend it.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting back and saying, oh, look at vulnerable little me. You're sitting there going, no, this is who I am. Having the confidence in who you are. Warts, gray hair, stress levels, high blood pressure, hypertension, be damned. This is who I am.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
And it's no secret that there's a lot of business owners right now who are struggling.
Yeah.
What do you say to the business owner who's having a rough time?
Stay strong. Communicate with who you need to communicate with. Don't hold all your feelings in. Share with your spouse if you have one. Share with a team member if you have one that you trust and can confide in. Don't hold anything in. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable and be yourself.
Will the sun rise tomorrow?
Sun's always going to come up tomorrow. That's what Annie says.
Tamala, this has been a real treat. Thank you for joining us here on our season finale of Small Business Celebration.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure and honor, and it was fun and a little bit emotional.
And if Visioneers want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Well, that is easy. Any platform. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to find me on Meat Potatoes.
And make sure you ask her the questions.
Yeah, you can send comments and questions for me. They will get to me, and we'll try to answer them the best we can, right?
Comments from YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
Ring the bell.
Any kind of comment. Oh, and ring the bell.
That sounds good. And I'll be right back with my final thought. My final thought for Season 7. The final thought for Season 7. This is the time of year where we as business owners, we seem to get invited to every single event under the sun. But the most important event to me is Christmas Eve and then the following day, Christmas Day. That is the day where we get with the family, Tamala and I, and the kids and the extended family. We all get together around the tree and we go through and open presents and we talk about this and that and a whole bunch of seemingly nothing. But this is also the time of year where I, as a business owner, sit back quietly in the corner of the room and I look at all the progress we have made. And I take a look at all the joy that is in that room. And it reminds me why we are building this business. It doesn't really matter what it is that you as a business owner does for a living, as long as it's legal and ethical and you're providing for your family. The point is that you are. And that you take this time to remember why this time of year is special. Why you are struggling, why you're putting the work and the effort and all the energy it takes to have a strong and profitable business. So, as we conclude Season 7 here on Small Business Celebration and go straight into Season 8 next week, take this moment, think about why it is you're building your business. I hope you enjoyed our conversation this week here on Small Business Celebration, and I hope you learned something that you can use today to grow strong and profitable business. And we'll see you here again next week when we celebrate a brand new season, Season 8 of Small Business Celebration.